Good afternoon, Sarah here. I'm just going to share a little funny thing that happened to me the other day. Very little, but it was very encouraging to me. I was sitting outside in the sun on the porch, just trying to get some time away from all the riffraff going on around me, and I was sitting beside a plant pot that previously had a couple of little bean seeds planted in it, like a couple of months ago. Abigail had a little homeschooling assignment from her course to do. She had to go and plant 4 bean seeds, and then in 4 days she had to go and unearth one of them and see what was happening. And so we went out to the shop and bought a little packet of bean seeds and had some good potting mix, and we thought this is going to be great. So we planted them in there, and 4 days later, with great anticipation, pulled back the dirt on one of the seeds and pulled out a seed, and it looked exactly the same as it was. And we thought, oh, okay, well, I guess we did something wrong. So we covered it up again, and we sort of gave up, doing the watering and caring for it. We just put it back at the back of the deck, thinking, oh well, dud, the science book said it was meant to be doing something, so we cut it open like it told us to do, and it just had no signs of any change. So but as I was sitting there on the porch, just getting that time out in the sun, I looked over at this pot and I realised, oh, there's a sprout. And then I looked even closer, and there was one more sprout that was just starting to, do the little curving thing underneath the dirt. You could just see it starting. And I thought, oh, this is a good word for me. This is a good reminder for me that when God does something, that it might look to us like, oh, well, it's not happening like we thought. It's not happening in the time frame that we'd been told or we thought it would, and there's no sign of anything happening. Don't give up. I thought the Lord was really giving me a gentle reminder there that if this is my work, who are you to give up and to go and put it aside? You bring it out into the sun and you water it. It's my work, it's my seed, and I will be faithful and I will make it grow. So for those of us who are labouring in things and have particular ideas about how they're going to turn out, or just feel like we need massive encouragement to keep going on with what we're doing, just a little reminder, the work is not ours, the result is not ours, and our job is to just plant the seed, cover it over, do what we're told, keep the commandments of God, and the growing of that bearing fruit is going to be the Lord's doing, and He will be faithful in it. So I thought I'd read out Galatians chapter 6 verse 9, which says, "And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we will reap if we faint not." Another little encouragement about seeds and hidden things. I listened to a sermon by Adrian Rogers on Sunday because we were homesick. We had the flu go through our family, and so 5 of us were home on Sunday morning, and sometimes we like to go to Love Worth Finding, which is lwf.org, and listen to what Adrian Rogers has on that day. And he was talking about Matthew 5 and talking about not lusting in the heart and having a clean mind. And one of the things he was teaching as part of the necessity of cleansing our way and repenting and walking wholeheartedly with the Lord was that he was saying we do need to memorize scripture. And I was very thankful for that instruction because I'm not very hot on that. We had been doing a little psalm the previous week with the children. We're only halfway through that. But it was really cool because it really did hit home to me, speaking of a seed hidden under the ground and bearing fruit. You know how it says, I've hidden your word in my heart so that I will not sin against you. Well, the Psalm 142 that we had been memorising, a contemplation of David when he was in the cave, I cried unto the Lord with my voice, etc. We, over the last week, with the various pressures and things that have happened just in our lives, it's many times that psalm has come back to me because we were memorising it, and I was able to say, okay, I cry out to the Lord with my voice. With my voice I make my supplication to the Lord. And so I had a directive right in the front of my mind to keep quoting, and it was a very good imperative to go and do. So I really had a clear vision there of what Adrian Rogers is saying, that if you memorize scripture, it's a real good help for keeping you out of trouble and for knowing what to do in those things that come upon you unexpectedly or things that are really hard to get through. So just some little thoughts there for the day.